Well, it looks like a gorgeous day in South Florida. We've recently been through like 4 or 5 days of very strong wind, which was not great for the mango trees in the grove. We lost a significant amount of fruit, but there's still a lot on the trees. But just in the last day and a half, we've gotten about 2.5 inches of rain. That's good news for us because, the plants, the grass, the weeds, everything had been thirsty. We have not gotten a lot of rain this season, so that was a great thing. Interesting point, though, is that I have a friend who lives near the Fort Lauderdale airport. Now, that airport is about 35 miles from us. It's pretty much due south, and in that same period of time when we got 2.5 inches of rain, they got 20 inches of rain. That just can happen with this Florida weather. The water is so deep in her neighborhood that she cannot get out of the neighborhood. And I was thinking, yes, I'm sorry they got so much rain down there, but I'm glad we didn't get that much rain. What happens when we get 20 inches of rain is sometimes the potted plants get overwhelmed with rain. They can actually drown. Too much water in the soil over an extended period of time rots the roots and can kill the plants. Years ago, we had a lot of rain in a short period of time. We had a temporary pond at the bottom of the property, the bottom of the hill, where we had standing water for over 3 weeks. So anyway, we sort of lucked out with this round of weather, but there was one rather unusual looking thing in the shade house that I wanted to show you. So this is a Namdok Mai tree. It looks pretty darn sad. What happened, of course, is it had only new growth, and with all the rain, there's a lot of water that got taken up by those leaves. They got even heavier, and they started drooping down. Now, it's not dead. I think it's fairly healthy right now, but it needs intervention. Fortunately, I have stakes, and I'm not afraid to use them. I think the best thing to do is to gently tie this new growth up to the stake and hope for the best. So I have a razor blade, old razor blade that can no longer use for grafting, and I have some nursery tape here in this other pocket. I always like to have a lot of pockets. Seem to fill them up pretty quickly. Gotta be rather gentle. This new growth is very delicate. There we go. Yeah, this would be a little faster if I had one of those guns that does this without tying the straps, but that's just what we're working with now. So this is probably enough to hold it, but I'm just going to put one more in, so that one more tie here, just to make sure that it stays fairly uniform. Well, I'll have to remember to come back and stake the top. It's so flexible now, it will stay flexible for, I don't know, like probably a week or so. So I'll just wait until it gets a little bit sturdier before I tie up that next level of the plant. But anyway, I think this is going to make it fine, and but it definitely needed to be staked. I think if it had been left drooping over, that it would have been sort of a very different kind of plant. It probably would have grown down and then, or plopped down and then started to grow up. And so you would have like a roller coaster plant, which there are some people out there that would appreciate that, but most people want a plant that is growing straight.